It's one of the first things I wrote, and really this book is just a simplification of everything we do. It takes away a lot of the complication that we kind of add in and then stress over. And this is a great story to read to a child, probably over and over again, so that they remember it forever. And it's just called The Building Block Story. And every soul comes to earth with the instinctive building block story. The building block story starts before birth. Every soul comes to build, to grow, to experience, and to evolve, and then enter earth through the warmth and love of a body of another human. This is the only way to come, is through time, building of cells and expulsion through another soul's body. And then the baby is held, loved, fed, and nurtured. And then the child begins to play. And they first start by grasping and listening, hearing, and movements of their own bodies. As soon as all that is put together, they begin building blocks, putting things on top of each other, no matter what it is. They want to see how high it can build. And it all falls down, they always start again. They realize over time that they cannot put the smallest piece on the bottom. They find that they have to find the largest piece, the one with the greatest standing, to secure the rest of their building blocks. It takes them many tries to realize the sense of it. Those who can remember that the largest blocks need to remain on the bottom throughout life can take on life in the balance of their heart. To take care of what a soul has in current is to know what it will take care of that it has to come. It is simple. It is love. You say to your heart, love is love is love. Building teaches the propagation of love. The largest pieces of all things are the truth, love, and purity of a soul. That is the first block to build with. Without truth, love, purity, no building can stand, for the pillars will not be there. And the piercing of those pillars compromises the building standing. Too many, and then what happens? It is already known. No one piece. No one can pierce and not feel the effect of it. No one. The soul of the human is a soul of memory, for there is time on earth, and on earth, time is the best teacher. That's just a simple story of knowing what to start with and where to end, instead of trying to start with something that isn't right for us and then trying to make it work and then fall apart when it doesn't. Instead, knowing that this will lead to this and having a sense of direction. And this is a great story for kids. Once it's read over and over again, and you can change it to sound in their little words, but it's a great story for them to carry throughout life. There's so many things to say about love because we have turned love into a thing. It's a look, it's a dress, it's what someone said to us, and we started taking love from the outside in and forgetting that it's what we carry that brings love to us. It brings other people to us. If you smile at somebody, it's really hard for them to not smile back. They almost can't help it. That's what love looks like. And we forget that because we think, oh, I'll get all dressed up and then I'll go out and then I won't look at anybody and I'll wait for someone to look at me. And that happens like all the time. And I think, well, what did you really expect to happen after you come home disappointed that you went out and bought this dress and did this and did that and then nothing happened? And it was part of it. Your heart wasn't in the equation. You were waiting for somebody to come to you and somebody else was waiting for someone to come to them. That's a good way for no one to come to each other. But love opens up a lot of doors, and it doesn't look like what we think it is. It really is opening the door for somebody, letting someone pass by in their car without swearing at them because they feel it. People feel that stuff. You could always tell when someone screamed at you, but you can never hear them in another car. But yet you know. And then you give them the look, and they give you the look, and then it's over. And you go on, but you carry that angst with you that, oh, people just think, and they really don't. They just don't know what to do with themselves when they're rushing and they're under pressure, and they just don't know that love is a lot simpler and you don't have to wait for a moment to feel it. It's like every day, everywhere you go. It's in paintings. She works in a salon. It's people leaving and being happy. It's everything that we do that carries to somebody else. That's actually love. And that's that love is just the hope of a heart. You know, love doesn't know time. It doesn't know it's not supposed to be there. There's something I was writing the other day about capability and ability, and we always think, you know, oh, I can't do that. Oh, we can't do that. Oh, there isn't a way. And they stop. And then I realized that capability and ability don't know the word no. We created the word no. We're the ones who say no. But our capabilities can do a lot more than we're allowing ourselves to do. And that's part of just loving yourself and trusting enough that love will carry whatever it is you do through your passion, and your passion is what draws people to what you do. It's very simple, but it's hard to hear when you're not in that place because you're rushing, but that rushing just defeated the purpose of what you're doing. Because you get there and then you rush through that because you're on your way to something else and there's no time spent, there's no living in the moment. And this book is a lot of those little things about how fear and doubt and worry stagnate your soul. Very simple thoughts. I mean, you can pick up the book and never really read it from cover to cover, but open to any page, and you probably read exactly what you needed that day, and it probably is the step that's taking you further. There isn't an ending point to any of our accomplishments, and we have so many things that come to our lives that bring us from being really low to kind of the middle so that we're normal, whatever that means. But there aren't many things that take us from there to really accelerating ourselves and bringing out the best of who we are. And this book is one of those books that does that. It happens while you're reading it. People wait for like a good day, like, okay, on this day, then I'll change whatever and whatever. But this happens while you're reading it because it only reminds us of things we already know. Things we've known all our lives. I mean, the truth really has been around way before I wrote this book and will be around way after. But this is a great way to be reminded, or to even just remind yourself one little thing that takes you to the next step in your life. Because our lives don't stop because we're 50.